Hello there folks, today we're taking a look at the game called Seize the Bean. It's going to be published by Quality Beast. Why it will be published? Because this is a Kickstarter preview copy and this game is currently on Kickstarter. It's designed by Dylan Howard Cromwell and Andy Couch. Now, the game revolves around you being in Berlin and you decided to make a cafeteria. And you want it to make as best as possible. You want your business to grow. And you're competing with other businesses, with other players, and you're trying to serve the customers as best as fast, as best as possible, and get the most good reviews. So let's take a look at how the game works. So Seize the Bean is played over the course of several rounds until all of those good reviews are gone. Then you will play a final customer line phase, and then the game will end, and whoever has the most points, which are basically the good reviews, will be declared the winner of the game. Now, what are you looking at is the prototype copy. It's not the exact copy. The game is right now on Kickstarter, so you can back it. The link will be in the description below. But let's take a look at how the game works, and I'm not going to explain every possible detail. But anyway, this is kind of like a deck builder type game, but there's a twist to it. It's not completely a deck builder. So you have your starting deck right here with 4 of your friends. And let's take a look at those. So there are some of the stuff that you need to know about this one. So for example, the ones that are up in the corners are the requirements in order to get good reviews. And usually they are a coffee, milk, or sugar, or pie, whatever. But basically, this lady right here, she needs 2 coffee beans, basically. She needs a strong coffee, and then she will give you a good review. The one on the right side is the bonus. So if you can fulfill this one, you can then fulfill the right side one as a bonus and get something extra. Then under here, it's a special ability of that person. So these are your friends. So their special abilities are not necessary to fulfill. The special not necessary to activate. But for all the other customers that you will eventually get into your deck, you need to serve them, the left corner, and then you need to do their special abilities. So in this game, you need to do stuff. If you go to that stuff, you do that stuff, you need to do that. You cannot really abandon it. So anyway, how the game works. The very first phase is the customer line phase. But as we don't have any customers in our line right here, we will go to the second phase, which is the actions phase. And there is that worker placement aspect. So here you have your cafeteria, and then these are the worker spots. At first, the worker spots are rather weak, or they are usual, original, whatever. Here you can get more beans. Here you can get more milk and more sugar. On the other side, this is where you interact with the cards. Here you can get a person into your deck. Here you can get a product, a kind of resource into your pile right here. And here you can get an upgrade to your cafeteria. And what are those things? For example, those products. As you can see, they have some things here. So these are basically like in worker placement game. The worker spots, they give you some resources. This card gives you those resources. So if I go with my worker here, it says that I can take one of the available resource cards. I'll take it and I put it here on the left side. As you can see, now each of those lines becomes stronger. And eventually, if you put new cards right here, they become even stronger. Now, when you go to this spot, you get 3 milk plus 2 milk, plus you can add 1 customer to your customer line. For example, or here you can become the first player and you can get 6 plus 3 coffee, 9 coffee, and so on. On the other side, if you upgrade your cafeteria, these are also very similar things, maybe some good reviews, a gift, which is a special ability, but I'm not going to talk about them too much. You will extend it right here and you will get better worker spots right here. So eventually it's like a worker spot building game as well. And of course, you replenish here. So in the action phase, you will use your 2 workers in order to do the 2 actions. And that's basically it. Then there will be a word of mouth. What does that mean? So there are different customers which have also the different kind of symbols. They are from different groups of people. And what you can do, you can get extra customers into your deck if you follow those symbols. For example, word of mouth means that here I have that symbol and I have those symbols in the corners of those cards. So in product cards and upgrade cards. And that means that I can choose one of those symbols and get a customer from here with one of those symbols. Right now, all I can see is that this character, because there are no such symbols, the bicycle and the working person symbols up here. So I'll get it into my deck. Also on this worker spot, when I get people, I just get them into my deck, which basically into my discard pile. Whenever my deck runs out, I shuffle like in deck builder game, and then I can maybe later use them. And then there is a cleanup phase where basically you will just slide some cards into discard pile and you get your worker back, and then you also will shift the first player token. But how basically the coolest part is serving the line. You know, it's just serving people coffee. So you will have some cards in your deck, but let's say you had some more. Let's shuffle some in like that. So at first, only 2 customers will come into your line. But later on, if you get the actions which are, where is it? Should be somewhere here. If you get to activate those people right here, they will give you more hype. And that means you can get bigger lines here. But be careful, the bigger line, the more resources you need to spend. But let's say right now I can serve 2 customers, so there will be 2 customers coming into my lines. They come from left to right, and I have to serve them from left to right. And I'll serve them. First of all, I'll take a look at the left corner. So here it says pie. In order to pay for pie or the donuts or whatever, all the sweet stuff, in order to pay for that, you need to pay 2 sugar. Or if you have at least one of those symbols, let's say if you have the pie symbol on the left side of your player boards, because those ingredient cards, those resource cards, they give you those symbols as well. For example, I have donut symbol and I have a high quality coffee symbol. So if there will be a customer that needs the donut, then instead of paying 2 sugar for the donut, I can pay only 1 because I have the symbol. That means that I have the discount. So with this lady right here, the singer, I will get to do that one. It doesn't give me anything though, so it's wise to make a bonus. So that means this is a special coffee as well, the kind of a cheap coffee and a milk. If I cannot pay for a cheap coffee or high quality coffees, those are special symbols. I have to pay 2 coffee beans basically for each of that. Or if I have that symbol in my play area, I can put only 1 because of discount. And it will give me 1 review, good review, which means that I just take this one, I'll take it as a good review. That's 1 point. Then I don't have to do that bonus though, but on this one it's rather wise. Then of course I will spend the resource if I have them. Then I will get a special action. I have to do the special action. And this one is kind of the waiting action. So the thing is that if I have some people in front of here, so that means that I will put a happy face here. So this is kind of a patient customer right here, and he will later give me a good review because he's very patient, he's very nice, and so on. Some people take away the hype, for example, but they give you a lot of good reviews if you fulfill all that stuff right here. And that's what you do. You serve from left to right. If you cannot serve the customer, then he will give you a bad review at the end of your turn. And that's not good, that's a minus point. But before that, you can offer that customer basically to all the other people around the table who can then serve that customer instead of you. For you, the bonus is that you will not get a bad review. For them, the bonus is that if they fulfill all of that card, they will get all the good reviews and bonuses of that card, basically. And that's what you do. Eventually you will have a bigger deck of cards with your friends. With friends, the beginning people, they don't give you much of the reviews, but they have some good abilities. And some of them don't get angry at you. So for example, this one means that it will never give you a bad review even if you will not serve him, lazy friend. And also you don't have to do the abilities on the bottom. For everything else you have to. And you go through that and you collect those good reviews, and then there are in-game bonuses. Whoever has the most of that type of people or that type of people, they will get 5 extra. Then if you have 5+ different unique ingredients here, you will get 5 points. You will get 5 points if you have 3 of a kind, and so on, and on that side as well. And then whoever has the most points will be declared the winner of the game. So, seize the bean. I wanted to preview this game because I really like the idea. I don't know much about the gameplay. And let me tell you what, I'm very much satisfied with the gameplay. The rules that are there, they are still in the works, and I gave few suggestions, and I'm sure there should be some small tweaks to the rules, but the phases, the whole idea, the core mechanics, they are well done in my opinion. It just needs a little bit more time. That's why it's on Kickstarter, and that's why there will be enough time to make it as best as possible. Now, I really like the whole idea of this theme. The art is very different. I like the art as well. The iconography, although some of the iconography will change because it's a bit confusing. Overall, the iconography is well done. There is no text on the card, so it can be language independent as well, which is great in my opinion. It plays 2 to 4, it plays well with all the different player counts. I think it might be, at least for now, it might be the best with 2, because there's not much interaction between players except you taking the cards that the other player wants. And it's kind of a solitaire multiplayer aspect of the game, which is not bad. It's most of the Euro games. And here you have the worker placement, and I really like, as I told in the previous, the worker spot creating, kind of a worker spot building game, and deck building as well, with kind of a small twist to it, how you build your deck. Basically, this is your line of customers that you build up. I like the whole idea of that. There's a small thing about, for example, when you cannot serve that customer, then you offer it to other players. And that's where I would rather just maybe take it away or do something else with that. Because right now, it's kind of, this game is too soft on players. I feel like that. And this game, because if you think about the theme of the game, it's restaurant, it's cafeteria, whatever, you always get good reviews and bad reviews. Maybe just me, but I want to get more negative points. I mean, I want to have kind of a tension of, I will really get this bad review, but right now it's a little bit too easy. You need to spice it up with something, or just not. If you cannot serve the customer, he will be angry, he will give you a negative review. But as with the theme helps you not feel too frustrated about that. But it's just a negative review or 2. You have 20 positive reviews, 2 negative reviews. That's how restaurants and bars and whatever cafeterias work. And that makes the game thematic, and that makes the game more desirable, and gives a little bit more tension. Right now, if you offer that customer to other cafeterias, I didn't understand really the thematic aspect of that. And plus it's cheap, it feels cheap. So that's the thing that I would change or just erase completely from the game. Helping each other, no, it's a solitaire multiplayer game already, so helping each other, no. We need to spice up the game with something. Overall, yeah, I do enjoy the game. I do enjoy, because of the theme, aesthetics and so on, I do enjoy the process. It's not difficult. You get this thing, you get the word of mouth thing, you get this action space thing, and it's very straightforward. And the best part is serving the customers and this workplace and spots where you build those up and you get more and more and more. But by getting more and more and more, it becomes a little bit more difficult to get it's easier to get the resources, but on the other hand, you only have 2 workers still, so you have to get the most needed resources in order to serve your big line of customers. Anyway, check this out on Kickstarter. It's a very lovely game. I do recommend it, and I'm sure they're gonna tweak some rules, and this is only my suggestion. I want to give you my honest opinion. I don't want to be influenced by you know, it's on Kickstarter, so back it. No, take a look at that. And I would recommend to back this game. It's not too expensive. It will have cool components, the final components, and art is great, and the theme is great, and overall, it's a really lovely game that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you another time. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, check out my Patreon page if you want to support the channel as well. And we see you in the next video. Bye. This channel is sponsored by Osprey Games. Check them out at ospreypublishing.com.